Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
I'm Phyllis Barone, Michigan golfer. I'm here at Oakland Hills with Phil Cuffare, who is the director of Agronomy. And of course, we've been talking a little bit about all the restoration here at the course, and everybody's kind of anxious to know. It took 22 months. So Phil, what happened? What did you guys do?
Well, we started in October of 2019 and with some tree removal, and then Gil and Jim Wagner and Kai Golby came in the spring, in March of 2020, and we put the knife in the ground and started the restoration of this Donald Ross gem.
And from what I understand, this is what amazes me, and I think you have to be in an architect's brain. They actually looked at the plans from the course, 100 years ago when Donald Ross did it, and they actually kind of restored it to the holes that were then 100 years ago or whatever, right? They kept digging to find it. I mean, can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the club did a bunch of photos and documentation from the last 100 years, and then we got in touch with the USGA, and they gave us a program from the 1929 Women's Amateur.
Wow.
And which just proved how great of a golf course it was, and the original plans and all this cool architecture in it. And we used that as kind of our roadmap through the project. So to restore something that's over 100 years old is pretty neat.
So can you restore like bodies?
No, but we're pretty good at restoring architectural features in a great golf course, which Oakland Hills is, and it's real special. And it's amazing. They found all the old bunkers out here and restored the ridge lines and the big landscape, and as we would say, put the landscape back as it was intended.
Right.
So, it definitely is a special project.
Well, we touched a little bit with Steve, and I find the cellular system is just, that's got to be your dream come true, right, in terms of maintenance?
Sure. I think as an agronomist at the highest level, we've installed precision air in Oakland Hills on the south course, so it's a subsurface aeration system. We can blow cool air in, we can blow warm air in, we can suck moisture out, we can blow ambient air in as well, so it's a great tool to manipulate Mother Nature with.
Yeah, we were out here one day, we had storms and a couple more trees had fallen, and the course was almost completely dry, right, Phil?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a big component of what we did here was restoring the infrastructure and putting the necessary tools in the ground that most people can't see on an average day at Oakland Hills. But to in better terms, we're manipulating Mother Nature 365 days a year. So we got 5 inches of rain, and the golf course remained playable. So that was a real test of what we did.
And also, that day, I recall, there was 5 guys out there raking the bunker that, to me, look totally pristine, but we have Billy Bunker, right? That's what it's called?
Yep, it's called the BetterBilly Bunker, and it's a drainage system with a polymer coating inside the bunker that prevents washouts and keeps the sand firm and in place. So after heavy rainstorms, you don't have the labor-intensive action of putting all these sand and washouts. The bunkers stay intact after 5 inches.
Wow. So given all that, Phil, have you realized, you and your staff, I know there's a lot of programming and things that go on, but have you realized the advantage from a timing standpoint, I should say?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something we keep track on, budget numbers, and where can we put other labor, because now our greens are taken care of,
right,
and the bunkers are taken care of. What we're finding out is we probably need some more resources on the north course because the south course is really staying intact through these big weather events, which is a good thing for our membership, good thing for major championship golf, and we can expend resources other places.
Sure. So one last question, Phil. What do you think was the most challenging effort here in the restoration that you actually experienced? I know there's probably several, but a couple that maybe you can really think of that kind of made your brain twist a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Doing stuff like this, there's always there's always an issue you're going to have when you do a project of this magnitude and solving it. And our issue was COVID. You know,
yes,
it's
COVID.
funny. I mean, you'd think it would be agronomic, but you know, we like to think that we're always prepared. But you know, how can you prepare a staff for a pandemic? You know, and I always say
That's
I didn't know what a pandemic was before it actually occurred, and you know, to go in there and have to research that and make sure contractors were safe and Gil Hansen and his staff were safe, and you know, we had an over 100 people on our property at one time in you know, every day of the week, and to make sure we're following protocols and staying safe, it was a real challenge that we overcame. And you know, we were happy to report that we had no issues with COVID through the whole project.
Oh wow, that's awesome. You don't even think about COVID, but yeah, it affected everything. I mean, that's really, wow, that was a huge issue that you had to deal with.
Yeah, it was, and it's something that was constantly on our mind 24 hours a day. And having Gil travel from across the country a couple different times, and irrigation contractors and people coming in and out, and they were being safe where they were going and when they were here. So, in keeping our staff safe so we could do the project of a lifetime,
Right.
you know, and complete it on time and on schedule.
Sure. So, Phil, what, I know I talked to Steve, and he said the members that you've had some really good feedback. What has been feedback that you've heard from members about the course?
You know, their minds are blown. You know, it's like I said when we were, you know, a quarter of the way through the project. I said most of our membership has never seen the original Donald Ross golf course,
Right.
and to unveil it and to see their initial reaction, and it was shocking. It really was shocking. I think some people were speechless, and just to see them come back. You know, it's funny, they play once, but they can't wait to play twice, and then they play twice, and they can't wait to play a third time, and then they play a third time, and they got to go back out for the fourth time, because they're you know, that's part of golf, discovering the golf course, and
Sure.
and what we uncovered out here is really special.
Well, I agree with that. Like I said, I come out here and I don't even want to put my club to the ground because it's just so pristine, and I don't even want to put a divot in the ground. So it's really, you guys did an excellent job, and we're very fortunate that you and Steve and some of the other guys here have spent time with us to tell us all about the restoration.
Absolutely. You know, we feel Oakland Hills is a national treasure, and to be able to share it with the media, share it with people from Michigan, share it with people from around the world is, you know, it's being a good steward of the game, and you know, hopefully some people can learn from us, and we love sharing it.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for being with us today, Phil.
All right. Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate it.